Now, from the area's leader in live local news, this is WYLN News, the area's #1 source of live local news and information in Luzerne, Schuylkill, Carbon, and Columbia counties. WYLN News starts now.
Good evening, and thank you for joining us on WYLN News. I'm Paula Degnan. Two healthcare giants are coming together to build a new acute care hospital in southern Schuylkill County. It was announced today the St. Luke's University Health Network and Geisinger will partner to build the new facility on Route 61 near Orwicksburg, which is south of Pottsville. The fully licensed 80-bed hospital will include an emergency department and a full range of specialties and services. Officials say the groundbreaking will happen this spring and the hospital expected to open late 2019. The three-story, 120,000 square foot hospital will be located on Paramount Boulevard in West Brunswick Township, outside Orwicksburg. This is the first time in Pennsylvania that two healthcare systems have agreed to build and equally co-own a new hospital. Under terms of the agreement, the new hospital will operate under St. Luke's and Geisinger as a joint venture, with funding and governance shared equally between the two nonprofit health systems. St. Luke's will build and manage the hospital, and Geisinger will contribute physicians and specialty support staff. The two systems enjoy a history of collaboration, including an insurance partnership. Both organizations have provided services to Schuylkill, Berks, and Carbon County residents for years. A Plymouth woman is in jail and her boyfriend had to undergo emergency surgery after a stabbing early Tuesday morning. 31-year-old Natima Green told police that she slugged her boyfriend, 45-year-old Joseph Shotwell, during an argument at a home on Sherman Street. Shotwell was found at a Turkey Hill on Wilkes-Barre Boulevard with a stab wound to the abdomen. He allegedly told authorities that Green stabbed him. He was taken to Wilkes-Barre General Hospital and underwent emergency surgery. Green was charged with aggravated and simple assault. After her arraignment, she was taken to the Luzerne County Prison for lack of $100,000 bail. A brazen burglar ransacked a house in Wilkes-Barre while the home's owners were asleep. The 68-year-old victim told police that she woke up her 70-year-old husband early Friday morning to tell him that the house was broken into. She discovered a smashed window at the residence on Madison Street. Money and jewelry was allegedly taken from the home. While investigating another burglary in the neighborhood, police found 26-year-old Cortez Romeo Anderson on O'Neill Avenue carrying a multicolored purse. After searching Anderson's residence, they found several other purses and alleged stolen jewelry. He was charged with burglary, criminal trespass, and receiving stolen property. He was taken to prison for lack of $100,000 bail. A West Hazelton man on the run from police since September has now been taken into custody. 27-year-old Omar Vargas allegedly assaulted a 16-year-old male on North Park Drive in the Humboldt Industrial Park back on September 14th. The victim was treated for his injuries and survived the attack. Vargas was arraigned yesterday and charged with aggravated assault, terroristic threats, and reckless endangerment. He was taken to jail for lack of $100,000 bail. A Center City apartment tenant will be staying with family that after a fire broke out Monday in Hazelton. Fire crews were called to the apartment building at 70 South Pine Street shortly after 7 Monday evening. Smoke was showing from the building. Tenants who live on the 5th floor had to be evacuated. Firefighters quickly extinguished the fire in a unit on the 5th floor. The fire ruled accidental and caused by careless smoking. The apartment has to be fumigated before the tenant is able to move back in. There were no injuries reported in Monday night's fire. 11 municipalities have now agreed to pay fees to the Luzerne County SPCA. A service agreement was signed with the SPCA yesterday. Through the contract, municipalities pay a $95 fee for each stray animal that's turned into the shelter. The revenue will help pay for the care of the animals. The service used to be provided for free, but officials say they can no longer afford it. The SPCA will stop accepting stray animals found in municipalities that don't have an agreement signed by April 1st. Coming up on WYLN News, $5 per vehicle in Luzerne County. That proposal is on tonight's agenda when Luzerne County Council meets. Plus, there's a jackpot growing and you gotta play to win. But first, let's take a look at our 7-day forecast. A winter weather advisory from 7 this evening to 8 a.m. Wednesday for freezing rain, mainly overnight in higher elevations of Carbon County. So overnight, we expect rain with a low of 33. Tomorrow looks like some morning showers, clouds, and a high near 50. Thursday, some showers around and a high of 53. We'll be right back.
At the Joyce Insurance Group, we offer insurance tailored to your needs. We protect what matters most to you.
We've been serving the needs of thousands of clients throughout Northeast Pennsylvania since 1955.
Our professional agents are dedicated to providing you with a great insurance experience.
With 62 years in business, our clients are the reason that we care the most.
Ask any of our 5,000 plus satisfied customers, and they'll tell you, the right choice is Joyce.
Harrisburg's cluttered with failed politicians, like Tom Wolf and Scott Wagner. 4 years ago, Wagner promised he'd lower your property taxes. Wagner didn't just fail, he called for a massive new tax on seniors' retirement pensions. That's unconscionable. I'm not just gonna cut your property taxes, I'm gonna get rid of them. And how do you know I won't fail? I'm not a politician, I'm a successful businessman. And I also completed Army Ranger training. And trust me, we don't fail.
You've seen university advertising. A student like me pitching you the same old ideas. But I'm not gonna do that.
Instead, I'm gonna tell you what you can do with a Penn State degree. You can help anyone. Go anywhere. Create! And with 20 campuses to choose from, you'll always feel at home.
Look, Penn State is amazing, but your best years are just beginning. Come find out for yourself.
When Luzerne County Council meets tonight, on the agenda, a proposal to enact a county-wide $5 per vehicle registration fee. The money would be used to pay for repairs for county-owned roads and bridges. The idea has been floated before, but didn't get far. It's still just a proposal at a work session, so it would have a ways to go to once again to pass. Governor Tom Wolf announced his 21st century voting reform plan for Pennsylvania yesterday. WYLN's Julia Wiegand takes a look.
Governor Tom Wolf introduced his 21st century voting reform plan yesterday at the Capitol building. The voting reform includes same-day and automatic voter registration, modernizing absentee voting, ending gerrymandering, and enacting campaign finance reform to reduce the influence of special interests in Harrisburg. Wolf simply stated the damaging practice of partisan gerrymandering is a waste of precious time and money, as well as recent weeks unveiling the unprecedented attack on judicial independence and democracy. Wolf called on General Assembly to reform PA's redistricting process and end gerrymandering for good.
These proposals would create an independent, bipartisan commission made up of public appointees of various political parties who would be answerable to the public. This group would be responsible for developing new electoral maps following each census. We've seen proposals like this work before in other states where they've been adopted these procedures, they've worked. Districts have become more competitive and voters once again have gained a real say in their representation. It is past time for Pennsylvania to enact reforms like this to ensure that our citizens are the ones picking their representatives.
Wolf also called on General Assembly to pass a common-sense voting reform legislation that'll modernize Pennsylvania's voting system.
Let's start with same-day registration. The legislature should take up proposals to allow citizens to register to vote on Election Day. Second, no excuse absentee ballots. We must update our archaic absentee ballot system to reflect the modern lives of voters by providing no excuse absentee ballots. And additionally, Senator Hughes, who's here, and Representative Gainey have introduced legislation such as Senate Bill 608 that would automatically register people to vote when they apply for Commonwealth services and driver's licenses.
The governor wants to enact a strong campaign finance reform so that special interests with deep pockets no longer hold sway over decisions made in the Capitol. He suggests placing limits on contributions made to candidates seeking public office, while implementing aggregate limits for individual races, and placing sensible restrictions on PACs while strengthening reporting and disclosure requirements. Wolf feels these common-sense changes will simply create fairer elections that are secure, easily accessible, and open to all of our citizens. Politicians can also compete in an open system on the merit of their ideas and thoughts rather than on flaws in the voting system. Reporting for WYLN News, I'm Julia Wiegand.
And speaking of voting, a new report says Democrats will need a tremendous electoral wave this year to win back the U.S. House because of the way Republicans have redrawn congressional districts to favor their party. The analysis by the Brennan Center for Justice estimates that Democrats need to win the national popular vote for congressional districts by nearly 11 percentage points over Republicans in order to flip control of the chamber. According to a new census estimate, the population of northeastern Pennsylvania has declined. The number of residents has decreased from April of 2010 to July of 2017. Susquehanna County losing 5.5% of its population. Luzerne County lost 1.4%. Lackawanna dropped by 1.7%. And Wyoming County lost 3.4%. Meanwhile, south central Pennsylvania counties grew. Lehigh up 4.8%, Lancaster 4.5%, and Philadelphia with a 3.6% increase. The Mega Millions jackpot for tonight's drawing is worth a $458 million annuity value or a $274.5 million cash prize. It's the game's fourth largest jackpot on record. It's been growing since January. Coming up on Beaver Valley's News Choice, the Hazleton United Way stops by to give us an update in Community and You. Plus, one community getting ready for Easter dinner. But first, let's take a look at today's winning Midday lottery numbers. Good luck if you played. Stay with us.
Phony Paul Mango is at it again. Another ad lying about Scott Wagner's record. No real Republicans support Mango. That's because Mango was the leading advocate for Obamacare. And get this, Mango's company is a leader in promoting outsourcing jobs to India and Mexico and got a $2 million no-bid government contract from Tom Wolf. Obamacare advocate, outsourcer, Wolf contractor. Paul Mango. Phony campaign. Real liberal, wrong for us.
Are you in good hands? Call Gary McNeilis of Allstate Insurance for all your insurance needs. The McNeilis Agency has 2 locations to conveniently serve you, 1092 North Church Street in Hazel Township and Hometown Village Square in Hometown. Their quality, service-oriented agency will make sure you get the coverage you need at a price you can afford. Call in Hazel Township at 570-454-1981 or in Hometown at 570-668-5133.
Are you in good hands?
Physical Therapy and Balance Centers. It's spelled different because we are different. Physical is unlike any therapy center you've been to before. If you're tired of living in pain, if you want to move better, overcome an injury or balance disorder, or you just want to improve your strength and conditioning, our highly skilled team of medical experts will help you get back to living the life you enjoy. New mentality, new body, new life. Get physical.
Welcome to Community New here on WYLN. Everyone, I'm Gary Perrin. I'm very pleased to have with me the President and CEO of the United Way of Greater Hazleton, Pat Ward, and a good friend of mine. And Pat, I want you to come on Community New and to kind of give us a rundown of the United Way of Greater Hazleton, what you guys do. I know you have your hands in so many things throughout the year, but kind of give us a rundown and really what people who donate to the United Way, what it goes towards, and what you guys do.
It's a pleasure to be with you once again. I'm grateful for this opportunity. United Way of Greater Hazleton, first and foremost, we provide funding for programs and services that are provided by 24 agencies in the community. I don't have enough time to mention them all, but it's the big names. It's the Red Cross, it's the Salvation Army, it's Catholic Social Service, it's Pathways to Recovery, United Charities, the list goes on. And these are the organizations that across the board are helping people in various community impact areas that involve education, financial stability, and health. And in addition to that, we're also heavily involved in some of our own programs, primarily in the field of education. We're so excited that we are part of the Dolly Parton Imagination Library, and we have a simple goal, Gary, and that's to provide every child that's born at Lehigh Valley Hospital, Hazleton, with an age-appropriate book for the first 5 years of that child's life. 60 books, 1 book a month. And I'm happy to say that we're coming up on 12,000 books that have been distributed to babies and young children here in the greater Hazleton area. Something that hasn't been talked about too much lately, but we did announce at our kickoff that we have received a grant from the Geisinger Foundation, and working with the Drug and Alcohol Agency, Pathways to Recovery, we're going to begin an opioid awareness program in the Hazleton Area School District.
Wonderful.
We're very excited about that. We're heavily involved with the after-school scouting program with Minzy Trails Boy Scouts, and we're involved in the state's tax credit program known as EITC, where we're providing dozens of children and their families with scholarships to qualified preschools here in the greater Hazleton area, helping those families get one of the parents back to work, hopefully, and at the same time getting the child ready for kindergarten.
Wonderful. I know you guys are involved in many ways behind the scenes on a lot of events that go on throughout the greater Hazleton area. You know, the Cancer Telethon, the Helping Hands Telethon, they are part of your group. And also so many other ones where it may be just simple volunteers coming to help out. And you guys just do your thing and make sure everything is done properly and done the right way. If somebody wanted to learn more about the United Way, if somebody wanted to get involved, what's the best way to do it?
UnitedWayHazleton.org is our website. Our phone number is 570-455-9515. I'll be happy to speak to anyone personally that would like to help. We've been having difficulty the past number of years keeping pace with raising the funds in this community that are needed to provide the services that are being performed by the dedicated people at our 24 agencies. If I was here 10 years ago, and I probably was, I'd be saying that we're trying to raise $1 million in this community. We're going to be fortunate if we cross 650,000 this year. So don't think somebody else is doing it, folks, because it's really tough out there. There's been a shift in the way people give money. Some of it's good, some of it's not so good for us, but we need the support first and foremost in this community.
It's simple as neighbor helping neighbor.
Yeah, that's the bottom line, and you know we look at our numbers every year, and we're affecting 1 out of 3 people in the community. Wow. It's not just poor people.
Right.
Sometimes I think we're here to help the poor, but we're helping the youth. We do so many things that, and I'm happy when you said behind the scenes. One of the things that we're most proud of at the United Way is with Catholic Social Services and the Diocese of Scranton, we're the founders of the Divine Providence Homeless Shelter, which has seen well over 300 individuals in the last 2 years since we opened it on a trial basis.
Yeah. It's truly amazing, and to see 3 organizations come together to make sure that the homeless in our area are taken care of, especially during the cold winter.
That started with 3 organizations,
3, yeah.
but there's many more that are involved. I remember specifically when we were starting this, I called the Red Cross and said, we need cots for a homeless shelter. We immediately had cots. The same types of cots that the Red Cross would use when they're setting up emergency shelters for people that are involved with natural disasters, victims of natural disasters.
A lot going on. So, well, Pat, I welcome you back anytime here to WYLN,
Always.
and it's great having you here. And of course, volunteer, be part of the community. You hear me say this all the time on Topic A and here in the news. Be part of your community. Be part of the solution, not a problem. One of those great organizations you can help out is United Way of Greater Hazleton. Thanks for joining us on Community and You, everyone. We'll see you.
Northeast Pennsylvania. Scenic beauty, close-knit communities. We're neighbors helping neighbors. Lehigh Valley Health Network is bringing you leading-edge cancer treatment that's close to home, robotic surgery for quicker recoveries, world-class heart care and access to top specialists. All from Lehigh Valley Hospital Hazleton and our 15 community locations. Neighbors caring for Greater Hazleton and beyond. Lehigh Valley Health Network.
For creative cuisine and handcrafted cocktails, visit Four Blooms in Drums.
AllCare Home Care, providing quality in home care since 1986. Call and see how their team of licensed physical therapists, skilled nurses, speech, and occupational therapists can provide you with exceptional service in the comfort of your own home. They also offer dietitian, home health aide, and medical social worker services. You have a choice in your health care. For safe, friendly, qualified care, call AllCare Home Care today and let their team begin taking care of you and your loved ones.
I'm Gary Perna. I was born and raised here in Clare, Schuylkill County. I'm proud to be a part of the WYLN team, and I'm excited to be part as WYLN brings communities together through the power of television.
The owners of the Huber Breaker site have agreed to sell the debris-strewn property in Ashley and put $100,000 into an escrow that would cover the cost of waste removal. The State Department of Environmental Protection has for years tried to get the Philadelphia-based Paslow Logistics LLC to clean up the site, which is littered with tires, pipes, contaminated soil, and containers of waste fluid. An agreement announced Monday in county court gives Paslow 30 days to retain a real estate agent to put the site up for sale, and the company has agreed to put $100,000 into escrow to cover the cost of cleanup. Paslow will be fined $1,000 per day for every day after the 30-day period if it fails to retain a real estate agent. Everyone is invited to share in an Easter feast this Sunday at a local Hazleton church. The holiday celebration takes place Easter Sunday, April 1st at Holy Rosary Church, 240 South Poplar Street in Hazleton. The dinner dedicated in loving memory of Ed Scarp. The public is invited to attend. Homebound deliveries will also be available. If you'd like to volunteer for dinner or if you need further information, you can contact the United Way of Greater Hazleton, 570-455-9515, extension 2. Stay with us. A look at today's weather is next here on WYLN News.
Due to the structure of the buy-sell agreement, all Mazda inventory must be liquidated. I am unable to advertise prices below their pricing structure, but I can assure you that I will be selling cars well below that structure. I've also gotten 11 buyers on hand to purchase any and all trades, giving you the maximum value available. If I can't beat your best deal, I'll write you a check for $2,000. This is truly a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. It is a real deal. Blaze Alexander Mazda of Hazleton. This event is about to end. Please do not miss out.
If you're not in danger and you see a crime, text 274-637, 274-637, 274-637. Send your tip, take them off the street. Text 274-637. Send your tip, take them off the street.
Now, helping to solve or prevent the crime is just a text away. Text my tips to the word crimes and let the law help you.
Independent Life Home Care offers in-home non-medical care with RN, LPN, home health aid, and companion services in Luzerne and Carbon counties. They accept Medicaid waivers, VA benefits, long-term care insurance, and private pay. Call 570-904-8822 for a free assessment. Lilacs Floral Shop, 15th Street in Hazleton, offers a wide array of fresh-cut floral and silk flowers, free delivery, or sympathy arrangements to all local funeral homes. Find them on Facebook, visit their website. Bart is always happy to give you the best customer service. Lilacs wishes Hazleton boys a great day of team play.
Something is out there. What it is, no one knows. However, since its first sighting, there have been numerous reports of strange lights in the night sky. Some say they are extraterrestrials, flying saucers. But to all of those seemingly unrelated uncertainties, there is one common thread.
Watch Solo Spaceman on WYLN TV 35, Thursdays at 11, Saturdays at 4, and Sundays at 9.
WYLN has strong ties to the community, and it's committed to important causes like the American Cancer Society and Helping Hands Society telethons. WYLN's commitment to Pennsylvania continues with the broadcast of Hazleton's Fun Fest Parade and the Christmas and St. Patrick's Day parades in Wilkes-Barre. In the summer, we broadcast the Weatherly and Giants Despair Hill Climb. And throughout the year, we provide important community services through the broadcast of town meetings, school board meetings, election night coverage, and other community events. WYLN, we're your local network.